mistaken, Andrew 6 and 9.
God, that's good.
6 and 7.
I've been going to this often this past week.
Have you?
Yeah,
That's
been
the
a topic
spirit.
I've been touching up on.
That's the spirit.
Ooh, I already got that hill.
All right. Well, we want to give our praise to our Heavenly Father. His name is
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders everywhere.
Shalom, that's right.
Peace and many salutations to y'all toiling in this truth. We are of the GMS Dallas branch. We're coming out here once again to proclaim the true message of the scriptures, which is salvation for the Israelites. Now, part of salvation, which people don't like to go into, what these Christians don't go into, is rulership. When the nation of Israel is to be raised, they're supposed to be the governing nation of the world. There's going to be a theocracy, for lack of a better term, that's going to be set up on the world, right? And Yahweh Shai will be the head of that government. It talks about that in Isaiah 9 and 6, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? Go ahead, Al.
Just a quick one.
Yes, sir.
This is Revelation chapter 5, verse 10. I didn't know if that was when you got wrote down or not. And it says,
Doesn't matter.
and the Salaki. I'm gonna start at verse 9 actually. And they sung a new song saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. Which these are the angels speaking when Yahweh Shai was glorified. For thou was
Because Yahweh Shai, with him dying, he fulfilled prophecy. And that was a huge prophecy that was supposed to happen. With him being that sacrifice, it's talking about this in Isaiah the 53rd chapter. How him dying it will be us. He gave himself for a ransom of us, all right. And so with him dying, that's gathered the Gentiles around the world, man. So that what he did is ushered in that new covenant.
right. That's right.
You know, we're transitioning to that new covenant. But it started with that propitiation. People get tripped up about that. You know, when it talks about that in Matthew at the Last Supper.
Right, yeah, absolutely. This is back in Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. And they sung a new song saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation.
That's right. So Yahweh Shai redeemed us out of every nation in which we were driven under, or driven to, I should say.
Right.
And that's every nation. Every nation had this part in trampling in us.
That's right.
Right? By these various captivities that we endure. Some are spoken about in Judges, various small ones. Then you had the Assyrian captivity, which damaged the nation of Israel. That displaced 10 of the tribes, man. That's not a light thing.
Yeah, it's not a light thing. That's almost the whole nation.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Wiped out. And then afterwards, after the Assyrians, you had the Babylonians, then you had the Persians, then you had the Greeks, which was a heavy blow, and then the Romans.
Right.
And that Roman Empire has continued into what even modern Rome now, right? The little horns talked about in Daniel. America is an extension of that of Rome. Okay, so we're still under the Roman captivity technically, man.
That's right. Yeah, gone straight up, bro.
You know?
Hey, which is synonymous for the curses. We're still under the curses, and when Yahweh Shai shed his blood, as we're going into, as what he just said, and as we're reading right now, it makes mention that out of every kindred and such, we were redeemed by his blood. And why is that? In order to really understand that in its totality, you have to know the curses. Us being the Israelites, we're scattered among the heathen, among the nations, and through his blood, we were brought back and adopted back into the customs, which is what the word adoption means. Literally means to be brought back. You know, so that's what Revelation 5 is going into, what was just read. This ain't talking about everybody who was given the grace and the green light to be brought back with Yahweh Shai's blood. No, you got to understand the prophecies and the curses to understand the totality of what's just read in Revelation 5 and 9.
That's right. gotta have eat this whole roll.
Absolutely.
And what a lot of Christians do, they just start at Matthew and forget thousands of years of history.
Right.
Man,
Exactly.
of of really the history of the people who this Bible is written to, which are the Israelites.
Yep. That's right, bro. And this is Revelation 5 and 10. And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
That's right. Did not Yahushua tell that to Peter? Because Peter asked him, what are we going to receive for giving up all these worldly things? Can you get that? Matthew 9, 19 and 28.
Gotcha.
What did Yahushua say? He said, well, you're going to receive rulership. And we know that the disciples were of what ethnicity, of what nation?
Right.
They were of the Israelite stock, okay? In particular, the southern tribe. Go ahead, Al.
God, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, and jumping straight to the point. You said, well, Peter asked, right?
No, I was just jump to 28 because I think it's getting right to it, right?
Okay, con, yep. This is Matthew 19 and 28.
Well, you go to 27.
Okay.
That's what you were alluding to. Okay,
Con.
go ahead. I don't know why I thought it was higher. Sorry about that.
Nah, I saw good. I actually looked tired myself. This
Yeah.
is Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have thereof? And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, ye shall select him. Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Oh, yeah, you want to get down.
No, hey, you kind of saw good. It's just going right into your point. Because, like you were saying earlier, you look at the modern day Christian, and they'll acknowledge that the Jews are God's chosen people. Well, part of acknowledging the Jews being God's chosen people, you also have to acknowledge the fact that they're going to rule on the earth.
Right, they're a blessing. Beautiful.
That's right.
Beautifully put. And this is what we're emphasizing in this particular camp/lesson.
Right.
Okay? Rulership is bestowed unto the nation of Israel, in particular the elect. Right? This is what Peter was asking. Okay, we are giving up everything in the world to be a part of your elect. So, what are we going to receive? Well, Yahushua said, you're going to receive a rulership over the tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Now, the 12 tribes of Israel are going to be ruling over who? The nations. So that shows you how high-ranking Peter was. All right? By him telling them that. So it kind of shows you, I ain't going to get too deep, but hey, that's an indicator that he's King David, man.
Oh, you talking about the signs?
Alluding to Peter. Okay, that's one spiritual nugget right there, man. You hear what I said?
Talking about going to how Peter was the top of
Yahushua? Well, how Yahushua told Peter that you're going to be judging over the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel are going to be judging who?
Oh, the heathen.
So that shows you the rank.
That's right. That's right.
The king of Peter.
That's right. That's
you
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a spiritual nugget.
King
all right.
David.
Go to Isaiah the 14th chapter. Okay? Because the nation of Israel, after the captivities that it endured, right, it's going to receive a blessing from Yahweh by Yeshua Yahushua for all the things that it's endured.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Now, what part did you want on 14? The whole thing?
Go to verse 2.
Verse 2? Kind of, all good. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. And it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, which that's also really the Lord. The land of the Lord is the whole world. Okay? We're going to have dominance over the whole world, but that starts with Israel. Okay? And it says, for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. So the various people who had us in subjection, the Israelites, they are going to in turn put them into captivity, have them in servitude. What is the meaning of that? What does that indicate? Well, that indicates rulership. Right. This is what Yahushua is
Yahweh by Ship Yahweh Shai is going to give to the nation of Israel. Okay? Isaiah 60, go to verse 3, but is there more on that right there?
And they shall rule, yeah, hold on. It says, and they shall rule over the oppressors.
That's right.
Which is just like Revelation 5 and 10 said, you shall reign on the earth.
Right.
So what do you reign on the earth? You're going to have people that are subject under you.
Right.
You know, that's part of rulership.
Yep, and you're going to be able to, with rulership, you dictate what? You dictate your culture.
Yeah.
You're not going to push.
Right.
Oh, you know, everybody just follow their own thing. No. If you had complete dominance, what are you going to perform? What are you going to perform, man? You're going to perform something called cultural imperialism, right? You're going to instill your culture on the various nations, man. This is what Esau Edom has done to us, right? Case in point, what's going on now? There's a push to, you know, instill in these children's minds that it's okay to be of the alphabet community. And really, the parents don't have a say-so on whether or not they believe that's okay.
Right.
Because it's now in their school systems, right? So they're indoctrinating these children right before your eyes. What does that show? Well, that shows you that there's a group of people and their culture is ruling over the masses. And they're able to dictate what you believe and what you don't believe.
Hey, so lucky, brother.
No, you go ahead.
Hey, as it's written, woe unto thee that decree unrighteous decrees. The only way those unrighteous decrees will be able to be instituted, you have to have an unrighteous or wicked individual or people that's in the power seat, man. You know, so that's part of their woe as well. The fact that the Israelites are going to be ruling under our Lord Yahweh Shai, and that's going to be detrimental to the nations for those 1,000 years, starting with the nation of Esau Edom.
That's right.
You know, according to prophecy.
I must needs to pull this for you, bro.
Come on, bro.
I must needs to pull this for you because you said something. It says Ecclesiasticus 10 or 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of a man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. So there you go. The brother said, you know, the rulership or these unrighteous decrees is an indicator of who's ruling. And we just read in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 that Esau is the end of the world.
Oh, we didn't read that yet.
You haven't got to yet?
Nah, it's all good, though.
Well, we did read that.
God, that's
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Yep.
He's pushing death on the world because he was ultimately created by Yahweh by Shem Yahshua to be a weapon of destruction.
Yeah, he's the weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, and it talks about that in Romans, the 9th chapter. If you read down, it breaks down who Yahweh Shah came for.
Right.
And we'll get that, man.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8. And it says, I'm actually starting at verse 7. And it reads, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
So Ezra asked the angel, when is the BS is going to end
Right.
and righteousness is going to reign on the earth? You know what I'm saying?
That was his whole complaint.
Yeah.
Gone. Verse 8. And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Which shows you what tension between those two nations.
That's right.
And it's been manifest over here of the hatred that Esau Edom has for us. You know, it's been made manifest, okay? Revealed, look at the history of America, so-called black America. We don't have to go to another tribes. Right? This man has systematically set up certain traps, certain snares for our people to be impoverished. Okay?
That's right.
Go ahead, huh?
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's right. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? What is that beginning? What does that all embody? The nation of Israel being set as the government of the world. Right? As the governors of the world, the judges of the world.
That's right.
That's it.
Got a quick one real quick.
Go ahead.
This is back in Sirach 10 in verse 14. It says, the Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. So again, this is another scripture going into dominance within the Bible. Okay? As much as a so-called Christian can talk about, you know, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, whatever the case is, well, in kingdoms, you have a ruling class and you have a class that's set up under that ruling class. And if you acknowledge today's system to be a kingdom right now, and the first shall be last and the last shall be first, if you implement all those thought processes by default, it should be a no-brainer to know that in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be the same scenario. Only thing is the righteous are going to be ruling over the wicked. If you actually have understanding of patterns in the Bible in general, you know? That's it on that precept.
Beautiful. I got something real quick. Okay, go ahead, bro.
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 1. And I'll start at verse 68.
Yeah.
But even when you read up in this chapter, it goes into Yahweh Shai sitting on the throne of David, man. You know, and that's something I know the Elder Yashwamba likes to touch on that topic that these Christians don't want to deal with, man. Because what happened during the time of King David, during the time of King Solomon? They had the heathen in subjection, man. They rule with the rod of iron. And when you read in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, it talks about those that follow Yahweh Shai to the end, pretty much enduring to the end, they shall rule over the nations with the rod of iron. And as a potter's vessel, they shall beat them into shivers, man. That's what is reserved for the nation of Israel, man.
Yeah. And these are easy scriptures that get bypassed and ignored by the modern day Christian.
Right.
They still believe even though all the understandings in the Bible, but they still believe in the concept of you die and go to heaven or hell. But you got all these verses pertaining to rulership in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. Yep.
Exactly.
And you know what? They like to hide the history. The Adumans like to hide the history with Christianity. Because they understand.
That's right, bro.
They understand rulership. Don't get it twisted. Think about what the Calvinists did in South Africa. They implemented the apartheid system under the premises that they were the spiritual Israelites. Now, y'all brothers look that up for yourself.
Yeah, right.
The Afrikaners and stuff like that. Look that up, brothers. You know? See if I'm saying what I'm saying is wrong. You know? And this is the same. It's coming down.
Hey, beautiful. We right here, though.
Yeah. I got a brother.
God. Honestly, bro, I think we might be good, bro. Unless it comes down harder. But I think we're going to be good because we right here under the tree. Yeah, I mean, it's barely coming down right here. Yeah, I believe we're going to be good unless it just pours down.
I'll read this real quick. This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 1, verse 68. It says, blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
That's right.
You know, and that's you could read about the enemies of the nation of Israel in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter. You know, that pretty much they say, you know, we shall cut off the name of Israel that it may be no more. A thing of remembrance, and that's exactly what they did to us, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, bro. Yeah, they wouldn't go through all those hoops and crannies to hide the history of the Israelites just for everybody to die and go to heaven in the last day and forget about it, bro. No, that's a mass cover-up of the future rulers, on the face of this earth.
That's right.
You know?
And them forging themselves as the people of Yahweh Shai. Right? And with that dominance, you know, do all types of despicable things and set up Edomite supremacy.
Yeah.
You know, under the banner of Christianity, you had various, basically concentration camps that our people endured. The northern tribe, the Gadites, in particular the Gadites, going to indoctrinated schools, assimilating schools, right?
Yep.
And then while they was there, what was going on? Well, they were getting molested by the so-called Christians.
Yep.
But hey, you know, everybody could be saved.
Yeah, right.
You know, as long as that person asks for forgiveness. You know, as long as it wasn't you, right? But right. But as long as it wasn't you, right? But the same structure that you are for has condoned numerous atrocities throughout the face of the earth, man.
Right.
Yet you call us a hate group because the people are blinded by the whole notion of universalism or love. You know what I'm saying?
Precept I'm thinking of, 2 Ezra 11.
Go ahead.
Which is really going into the time period of Pax Romana, but this is still the spirit of Esau. Okay? So this is the book of Daniel. I'm not Daniel, Salakia. 2 Ezra chapter 11. And let's see here. I'm going to jump straight to the point here in verse 40. And again, this is going into the Roman Empire, but the Edomites ruled the Roman Empire. Just as the elder brother just went into a little bit ago, how America is an extension of the Roman Empire. So the atrocities, the wicked works that was being done back then by these Edomites are still being done here today. Okay? So this is 2 Ezra chapter 11, and I'm going to read verse 40. It says, "And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts," which is going into the Roman Empire, which was ruled by Edomites, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. So this is talking about the Edomite here. Now again, granted, when you read this and have this the understanding of this breakdown, this is going into the Roman Empire, but then you got to ask the question, what people ruled the Roman Empire? And there's even certain scholars that'll even say that the Edomites ruled the Roman Empire.
Right.
There was there was a video that I watched recently going into how the Edomites' influence stretched all the way through modern day Europe right now.
Yeah.
So they said the European nations are even those Edomites. And these are their own science, their own scholars. It says, "And a long time dwelt upon the earth with deceit, for the earth hast thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, and hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hath cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm."
That's right. Man, that really exemplifies what happened to the Gadites, man.
Absolutely.
Tribe. You know, were peaceable towards you so-called Christians, yet you showed nothing but murder. Right? And you did it really under that ideology of, oh, we are the spiritual Israelites now.
Right. That's right.
Fortunately, and these are heathens that we got to save.
Yeah, straight up.
So, you know, we'll kill some of them. They don't want to convert, we'll kill them too. That's how, you know, Esau got this land. Under that false pretense of love, though. So all these lies that has been propagated by you Edomites, man, is being torn down right before your eyes. You know, a part of that is giving understanding who the true nation of Israel is, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans.
Right.
Right? And with us awakening this, the elect are going to get it, you know, endure to the end. And those same people that you had in derision, you're gonna be ruled by. You're gonna go to work, boy. We're gonna figure out some very sophisticated ways to keep you up, whether even if it's mass transportation daily, to where you would not get a Sabbath. Think about it. We find out the orbit of the sun, and we utilize the sun orbit as a way to just move them forward or even backwards, to where they're working periodically every single time. So they're working and they're just missing that Sabbath day. So what we do it to where we have it, they have an extra day on the calendar. I don't know, I'm just speaking. I'm meditating terror.
Absolutely. I got a precept too.
Go ahead,
This is Zechariah chapter 10, verse 3.
You're gonna work.
That's right, brother.
You're going to work. We're gonna figure out some ways to get you underneath that water. And you're gonna get all that filth you put underneath there.
That's right.
So there's gonna be certain things that we're gonna build technologies, advancements in society that's gonna come off of your slavery, just like you did for us.
Yep.
Hey, the father of gynecology. Does anybody know what that is?
No idea what
J. Merriam Sims. I know J. Sims for sure. You know how that came about, gynecology?
No.
He used to mutilate Judite women.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard about
He used
that.
to mutilate
Yeah.
Judite and then even give them anesthetics.
Yep. I heard about that.
But then doing that, he was able to cure a damn disease, man. And probably could just took a herb.
Lab rats. We were lab rats.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna do the same thing to you.
Yeah, that's right.
You're going to be lab rats as a means to cleanse this earth.
Right.
We're gonna figure out certain ways to get you on the water as cheap as possible. Some of you guys might die. It's something we'll accept.
Yep. We did. We had to.
Yeah.
Shoot, the voyage over here to the Americas from Western Africa. Over 60 million slaves, bro. Yeah, there are gonna be casualties, and it's fine.
It's okay. Well, Hey, it's a part of an advancing society.
That's right.
You will be treated as a noble.
That's right.
See, this is perfection of hate. You get rid of the emotional flares and shit like that, and you talk about things objectively.
That's right. That's right. That's right. This is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Go ahead,
This is Zechariah chapter 10, verse 3. And it says, my anger was kindled against the shepherds, and it's talking about the modern day shepherds or rulers today. It says, mine anger was kindled against the shepherds, and I punished the goats. And who are the goats? Synonymously, that's for Esau. Even in Daniel the 8th chapter, it mentions Alexander, or Greece, I'd rather say, as being the he-goat, which is really when the Edomites first started ruling the planet Earth. But naturally, goats are a sacrificial animal according to the word of the Lord. So it says, mine anger was against the shepherds, and I will punish the goats. For the Lord of hosts had visited his flock, the house of Judah, and had made them as his goodly horse in battle. It says, verse 4, out of him, and this is going into Judah, out of him, Judah, came forth the cornerstone, out of him the nail, which is, Yahushua, that nail was also used to fasten the tabernacle, which is the cornerstone was meant for, pertaining to the temple as well. So these are all allegories to Yahushua right here. And it says, out of him the battle bow, and out of him every oppressor together. So right here, this verse is considering us being oppressors in that day. Right. Out of him every oppressor together. And how do you know it's talking about us? The following verse. And they shall be as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle, and they shall fight because the Lord is with them, and the riders on horses shall be confounded.
That's right.
So that segue is going to go into that power, that overthrowing that's going to take over, and ultimately us ruling over them. All right, but he's using and utilizing Judah and being like the goodly horse in battle, starting with Yahushua, and it says out of him there's going to be oppressors that are going to come. And what are they going to do? Just as we're going into, going to oppress the heathen, just as they oppressed us. As it was quoted earlier, this is the patience and the faith of the saints. Right. This is what we want, bro.
This is it right here, man.
That's right.
And this mindset is dangerous. We're not supposed to be thinking like this. Okay? This is why there's such pushback at what we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to have class mentality.
Yeah, that's right.
They want us to be niggas. And if they decide to reform us for Jesus, then they'll do that. As long as you are an idiot and you walk around with your pants sagging, and you got 1,000 different baby mamas, then it's a problem. Then it ain't a problem. But let yourself say that you're chosen. We just saying we're chosen.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
I got another one, if I may. Oh, you had something?
No, I was just being funny. You got it, bro.
Okay.
I was just saying another one.
Oh, God. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 10. And they that dwelt upon the earth shall rejoice over them. And this is going into us in that low slavery ass docile mindset state, all the way from us being brought over here being slaves to us systematically being slaves within the mentality. You know, the Elder Ariala goes into this often. When it comes to captivity, we've been assimilated into a society. So at first it started with the chains and whips and everything, but then that transitioned or transformed into a slave mentality. And the heathen rejoice over this downfall. So like the elder said, when we raise up and stuff, and we talking about, you know, I'm being funny and facetious, we was kings, which is true. They hate that.
They hate it.
Yep.
Any notion of us being great, they have a problem with that. And
That's
they like
right.
to blame it on the whole notion of being woke. And people don't even know where that term came from. When people said they were so-called woke, that means that they were within the community of so-called Black, Latinos, and Natives, and it's always us when we get together. But hold on, let me not get emotional. But it was that community that would get together and talk about the problems within our communities. I used to be a part of this one organization. We used to teach children, you know what I'm saying, you know, give them so-called Black history, feed them, stuff like that. And it was Black, Latinos, and Natives. We used to actually go to Philly to get trained. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And get trained. So this was something that was very, you know, important. So that, you know, you would call it woke or conscious. Yeah, I'm conscious of what's going on. Now, the whole term woke really didn't become popular until white women feminists began using it and merging it and selling it.
Oh man, hey, just as a fun footnote as well, because what got Esau talking about it, you got Erykah Badu. She was the one out of Jake that started using the terminology, you know, but she's a dang witch, you know, and like you said, right, that segued into everything that we see right now, you know, but you went into the history of the start of it, but that word, that term woke, when Jake started saying it, Erykah Badu said, I brought that woke thing, but she's a feminist, which is pretty much nothing but, you know, it was adopted from the Edomites.
And she didn't make that. That's cap.
God.
That's cap. She didn't make that.
Trying to get credit for something.
No, she just said it in a cool ass way because she's from, you know, she's from there.
Oh, you heard it? You heard it
She
say
said
that?
it in a cool ass way and people caught it. And they caught fire. But the whole, like I said, the whole term of being conscious, being woke, that's been around.
Right.
But it wasn't like, hey, stay woke.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
exactly. Right.
You know, it was just like, hey, you know, stay up, man. Stay, you know, stay woke. You know, it was a, within that community, it was like a cliche. Like, what's up?
Right.
You know, and then the white feminists attached to that, and what do we see going on? Them attaching it to the alphabet community and things that nature.
That's right.
You know,
That's right. Straight up, bro.
and then using it as a rationalization to hate us, too, or to categorize us. You know what I'm saying? So anytime that we come to try to get together and do something righteous, Esau Edom has a problem with that.
That's it.
How much more so for this beautiful knowledge?
That's right.
And the reason why is he's protecting his rulership.
Yeah, this devil gave us a freedom of speech, but as soon as that freedom comes out, we utilize that. Nah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up, nigga.
Yeah. Hey, 50, 60 years ago, man, they used to hang us out here. See, I'm from Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up with blatant racism. I understand the hatred that they got for us. You see what I'm saying? I remember one time I was at this basketball game, college basketball game, and this one old white dude said, so what are we gonna do if we're gonna lose here? Hey, we might have to hang one of them. You know, that way. So Jake be in these cities and they use all these cliches and stuff like that. And, you know, they're the victimhood as a way to advance themselves, you know what I'm saying, in society as far as being anti-racist and shit like that. But Jake doesn't really understand the depth of hatred that Esau Edom has for you, man.
That's right, bro.
Okay?
That's right. Bro, these niggas modified history. Just to keep your history from coming out. They changed the whole thing. That's deep hatred right there. To change the whole narrative of the flow of history just because of us. Man.
The Dark Ages. You don't release any information that you have about the Dark Ages. You literally said nothing happened. Yeah, for 1,000 years. I don't know what happened. It just it was black.
Yeah, right.
It was kind of black.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Put it away. Put it this way. It was dark.
It was dark.
That's all I gotta say about that. I don't remember it. You asshole.
But these niggas will find ancient tablets of the Akkadians and such like that transcends millions of years ago.
Hold on, wait. They found the DNA of dinosaurs.
Bro, exactly. Right. But these are the Dark Ages. We don't know what the hell happened.
The Dark
back
Ages?
Then. We don't know.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. I don't know. All that race stuff. Come on, guys.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, facts. That's hilarious, man.
We are the world. We are the children. Just start quoting Michael Jackson. Get the fuck out of here.
We're the 99% ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is back in Revelation chapter 11, verse 10. And it says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them. And this is going into Edom. Starting with Edom, even the heathen, of course. But that's that Psalms 83 that you quoted earlier. And it says, and make merry and shall send gifts one to another. And we were, actually, Bobby the Shaw. Is that the only one you got?
No, I got
you. Got the water. Yeah, and we were those gifts. They were selling us as those gifts. As you read it in Joel, it says a boy shall be sold for wine, and a harlot and a girl sold for a bottle of wine. Those are those gifts, right? And we were in slavery. It says, because these two prophets, which is going into the nation of Israel, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, okay? And it says, and these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, which is what took place from the 60s, late 50s, 60s to the 70s, when Elder Abba Bivens, King Mashah, High Priest Ariah, High Priest Yaiquab, those were the fruits of Elder, you know what I'm saying? But, Abba Bivens, they were the fruit, and we see exactly what we see here today.
That's right.
Okay? And it says, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
That's right. And this is how we know that Esau is going to come down with great wrath.
Right.
He's already making preparations to do something.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this AI technology is getting more advanced and things of that nature. Because really that's going to be as that AI system is going to be a way in which they're going to be able to intimately monitor individuals.
That's right.
Your whole life will be mapped out. Your whole life will be scanned, right? Your whole life will be, under the microscope of Esau Edom and his technology.
Mm-hmm.
With the AI information. And that ultimate stamp of approval is that MOTB.
That's right. Big brother's watching.
Okay?
And that was it on that precept too.
That's right. So, the problem with that is, we're out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The problem with that is, we're out here. And that's why fear is on these people, because of this word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
Why is that? Because these people understand the notion of rulership. Righteousness and unrighteousness cannot abide.
Mm-hmm.
So the spirit is very alive and well, and they want to combat it.
That's right.
Okay? But it's going to be of no avail.
Facts. Hey, the last time us being the Israelites had dominance on the face of the earth under King David and King Solomon, but when that took place, when we were actually taking the kingdoms and taking the lands, the Lord always got involved and always helped us when we were in our right state. And the heathen acknowledged that. There was reputation that would go around about the God of Israel, and you got scriptures going into when the Lord judges this place, sets up the rightful rulers. You have this, which is why, you have precepts that says, and they shall know that the Lord had done it. So as we're going into that great fear and everything that they're doing right now to hide this word, they know the history of the Israelites. And they know when we're on one accord with our God, marvelous things happen. So us being rising up, it makes sense why that great fear is falling upon them, bro. The Lord finna lift that standard up, man. When we were kings on the earth and rulership, bro, the Lord helped us, and it was in very big ways. He obviously showed his presence, that he was with us, that he is with us.
Yeah, Isaiah 6.
No, you good, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, starting at verse 3. It says, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about, and see. All they gather themselves together they come to thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side.
See, this is what Esau Edom was trying to do on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Gather all people with his technology. Okay? We just expounded on that earlier. The nanotechnology that he has, that he's injected in all these very seeds, you know, and things of that nature. You know, air, these chemtrails, all that he's doing is trying to get certain metals in our bodies so that we can connect to Esau Edom, to the cloud. Connect to that cloud, man. That ultimate step of approval is going to be that MOTB.
Right.
See, we're going to do this because the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So these other nations, they are going to be coming to us, you know what I'm saying, at a reference. You know what I'm saying? Out of ambition to be better. Not because we talk with them, you know, we destroyed their food system and things of that nature, their economy. No, because of the righteousness that we
Right.
exemplify.
That's right. Isaiah 2. That's right.
You got something that comes to mind, get it. Read it again.
Okay. This is back in Isaiah 60:4. Again, it says, lift up thine eyes round about and see, all they gather themselves together, they come to thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side.
That's right. So we're going to have, our rulership is going to be in all aspects of the world, man. We're going to have sons and daughters everywhere, in the midst of the nations. And while our children are in the midst of these nations, they're going to be ruling. They're going to be our ambassadors. We have certain set of land, right? Like this brother got part of Italy, right? He got heck, you know what? He has Italy. That's his province. Whole country. That's his. He might have a son in Palmero, right out there off the coast, one of his breezes, and then set up his son to rule in that stead. Hey, you got this province right here. Then on the other side, he got his son ruling over there, you know, on the southwest side too, right? He got a state, a vacation home, or his second home. You know what I'm saying? That mug in Australia, man. You know, actually, he just got through. His brother just got through buying, purchasing some land out there, man. Bought the whole half continent. So he think about, you know, setting up his son as the ambassador. You know what I'm saying? On the east side, man. Right by the, you know, this brother like the coast right there on that coast. Eldest son.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope in that day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Right hand. Let's go. Let's get it.
And we're going to rename the lands too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just got excited. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to even do
Let's
that,
go,
bro.
champ. Shoot. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to rename the lands too, because
Yup.
like the scripture says that they name the lands after themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Esau has done. So, you know, the terms like he was going into Austria or, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
it's gonna be something else, man.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. And the earth ain't gonna be called earth.
Nope.
It's all gonna be Lasuan Kodash too.
We going
That's
back.
gonna be the language.
We
Ah,
going-
Salaki. Just as English is the predominant language, which it was Jake that was speaking English too, you know, during those, you know, dark ages, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm gonna put it like this, I'm gonna use Spanish as an example because that's one of the most commonly used, if not the most commonly used language. It's either English or Spanish. I think it's
I
Spanish.
think it's Spanish.
Yeah, the most commonly used language, right? Well, that's the language of the oppressor. You know?
Yep.
So it's gonna be us, our language, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's gonna be the leading language right there, man. You know?
Yep.
That's right. Back in Isaiah 60:5, then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged,
Mm-hmm.
because the abundant.
Read that again because that could go over somebody's head. They could think like, oh, somebody in fear? What do you mean by that? So let's
Right.
read that one slowly.
Back in Isaiah 60:5, it says, then thou shalt see and flow together.
Then we're going to see we're going to flow together. That means we're going to be all on the same accord.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And thine heart shall fear.
We're going to be fearful that day? No. We're going to be in awe. Like, wow, I cannot believe this. Because we talk about that, given. That's Romans the 8th chapter. The things that we endure now, not to be compared, right? That's what it's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not gonna be in fear, but we're gonna be in awe, like, wow, I cannot believe this. This is how I feel. We never had any sense of rulership, man. Except on a superficial level with each other.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Actually, a class of people having dominion over the earth, we haven't experienced that for a short amount of time in history.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
He looks familiar. Yeah, we haven't. King David, King Solomon. That's 40 years of peace with King Solomon, and that's only a small piece. That's a small piece compared to the whole existence of the world. So that's only nothing but a quick blink that the Lord gave us of rulership. And that got taken away immediately, and Jake messed that up. So it's gonna have to take us getting a new body, a whole new mindset in order for this being fulfilled, man. Which is what we long for too, man. Fuck these bodies. Excuse my French, I'm sorry. But screw this, man.
It's not worth it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what it says in 1 Corinthians 15. It talks about that this corruptible must put on incorruption.
Mm-hmm.
How, otherwise, how can we inherit that which is incorruptible? The kingdom of heaven is a kingdom that's going to be on earth that will reign forever under the rulership of Yahweh Shai, King David, the 12, so on and so forth. That 144,000 governing body. That can't function in its fullness if we're not perfected in righteousness.
Exactly.
The only reason, or the only way that a kingdom would endure everlasting is if the inhabitants therein are righteous.
That's right.
To the uttermost degree.
That's right.
We've had our falls before because we weren't able to uphold that first covenant. That wasn't perfected within inside of us.
That's right.
But in that new covenant, it's going to be inside of us. We're going to be perfect.
That's right. Yeah, that's a beautiful point, because the laws was in place for us to follow. That way we could rule in the land and the nations would look and see how it's supposed to be done. That's in Deuteronomy 4. Now Esau set up a society, every kingdom sets up a society where there's laws and such that have to come to play in order for that kingdom to, to run smoothly. And obviously over here, they don't even keep their own laws that they set up. But in the kingdom of heaven, in order for it to flow, we're gonna have to be reprogrammed to keep these laws and enforce that. Every kingdom has to have a set of laws and rules in play in order for it to run properly, man. So if it's just heaven, this place that you go to forever, and it's just cool, and they say the law's done away with, ain't no more law, well, that ain't gonna make no sense if you know that the kingdom of heaven is backed by dominion. There has to be laws and such that are set in play, which also shows you the law's not done away with. Because the kingdom is gonna have to have those laws in order for it to rule properly.
Let all things be done decently and in order.
Right. You got this whole book that's the law, and then they just it's gonna be done away with in that time. So all the work that they've done is just null and void according to the mindset of a modern day Christian.
Right.
Crazy.
Right. Yeah. You in heaven, a cool white guy walk by. Hey, I got something for you. He put out a hot dog.
He snap his finger. Blink.
I got something for you, player.
Come on, man.
I got something for you, brother.
Bro, brother. Yeah, that's a brother.
Yeah, he put out a fucking hot dog.
Yeah, bro, that's whack.
I thought I couldn't eat this. Hey, you in heaven now.
Yeah, like on that movie, This Is It?
Yeah.
I don't know if you alluded to that movie. It was awesome.
I'm just.
There was a movie that was in a movie, actually.
Yeah.
It's called This Is It. It was a comic movie. All the main celebrities was in there, and it was pretty much the end of days. This, that, and the third. Destruction happens.
Yeah, with Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, he wasn't on that one. No, Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't on that. A lot of people was, but I forgot the, Jonah, I think Jonah Hill, the one that played on Superbad, he was one of the main characters. But anyway, long story short, that Jake that was on Hot Tub Time Machine, the funny dude,
Black dude,
black dude. Yeah, bro. Yeah, but he was in heaven, and they all made it to heaven, and he's, snapping his finger, and joints are popping up, prostitutes with halos on, with angels and everything. We in heaven, baby. We can do whatever we want, just like what you said. That's what I thought you was talking about that movie. And that's exactly what happened in that movie.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. That's what Esau's brought. That's the folly that Esau's brought in their concept of heaven.
Yeah.
Right.
So why wait on God?
Yeah.
We can do this now. We can have heaven on earth.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's their rendition of the kingdom of heaven.
I have to wait to be good.
Yeah, come on, bro. You've been a whole ass nigga your whole being, slave people and all of that. But then when we talk about a kingdom that's coming afterward, oh, hell to the no, man. Forget that. We all gonna go to heaven. Forget that. And they'll lie and say there's a hell.
Yeah, that's where y'all going.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right.
This guy, I don't believe you, bro.
Like, come on, bro. It's unjust and unfair. You got all these kingdoms that had all this time to rule on the earth, and the Israelites get 40 years, and that's fine. That's it. Absolutely not, man. The Lord is fair, man.
They like nigga.
Salaki, brothers.
They like nigga. Y'all ain't Israelites. Y'all just some hurt niggas.
Yeah.
Just be man. Just be happy to be here.
Yeah, bro.
Get over it.
Let bygones be bygones.
That's basically what vocab Malone said. You guys are making an emotional argument. Y'all being emotional. It happened. Hey dog, you lost. Get over it.
Right.
You got Snoop Dogg. You know.
LeBron James.
Yeah, D-O-double-G, LeBron James. Too
Obama.
Short. Ain't Too Short still out there?
Yeah, he floating around.
Yeah. No, vocab Malone, he love the history.
Yeah.
So he could name you all the dope MCs still alive. You know, in the influence you done had in America.
Mm-hmm.
And so you should be happy that you overcame. Jesus helped y'all. Hey, Martin Luther King, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. And the small hats get a pass.
Right? Get over it. If you're an Israelite, get over it. Live your life.
Yeah.
What these guys are saying is wrong, yet he never touch on anything
Nothing.
about prophecy.
Nope.
Ain't talk about the trans rights movement, which is the Christian church has been plagued by that as a recent.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? There's a whole pastor. She's transgender. She identifies as them they. Got her kids as transgenders too, and she's an Anglican pastor out there in San Francisco.
Crazy.
Yeah, you guys have nothing to say. But when it comes to us and our rulership, niggas shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight up.
I'm gonna defend that. I ain't got nothing to say about this other shit. But you niggas, F y'all. In a nutshell.
Yep. All the wickedness gets a pass. They don't talk about none of that, but we the talk of the town.
We the problem.
That's fine though.
You know what I'm saying? And it all goes back to what? Who's gonna have that rulership?
That's right. That's right.
That's really what it is. Okay? I love it. This is war, what we talk about, Akian. Spiritual battle. You know? So we can't be emotional. Because our enemies aren't thinking of this as making this an emotional thing. He's making this thing about his dynasty, his rulership, man. Go ahead,
Back in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, and verse 6, it says, "The multitude of camels shall cover thee, and the dromedaries of Adan and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praise of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai."
So we said a lot there. So the camels are going to be bringing in what? He said dromedaries? So we're going to have so many camels, dromedary supply that we're going to have to get camels to bring it in. That's a lot of what's that, dromedaries?
Dromedaries. I believe they're full of flour, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's look it up.
Herb.
What's a dromedary?
Yeah. And just as you're looking it up, let's look at the example of the Queen of Sheba. When Solomon was on the scene, the Queen of Sheba came in there with that train of camels and such, and came in there with gold, flowers, herbs, incense, and everything like that. And that's one account in a mortal kingdom. You know? So how much more in the kingdom of heaven on earth?
Check this out. Read this for him, please.
That's the spirit.
I'll read it again. Isaiah 60 and
Yeah,
6.
I know.
It says, "The multitude of camels shall cover thee." Is it dromedaries?
Yeah, dromedaries.
The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come.
That's it. The queen. There we go. That's what he's alluding to right there.
Okay, who's the queen? Where is the Queen of Sheba from?
Ethiopia.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's beautiful.
And you read about in the Josephus that account with Queen Sheba, and how she was. I mean, you can read about it in the scriptures. What is it? Is it First Kings?
Yeah, it's in First.
Yeah, First Kings. I want to say like the 10th chapter, but it goes into how like pretty much more detailed in the Josephus how she was just like mind blown by like by the amount of stature and the wealth and the wisdom that King Solomon was able to just dish out. They were giving each other gifts and things like that. She came with hella gifts. He was giving gifts back, like just breaking bread.
That's it. And what made her want to be so willing to give those gifts? Because of the wisdom that King Solomon displayed, bro. She was intrigued by that. So there was a pact and agreement that was made. It wasn't just a one-time thing where they came and gave this. No, King Solomon was the king of the earth. You know, so whoever had to pay homage to them, they went down there frequently. You know, and had to do that.
Yeah. Hey, I did sit down on this thing. Now in the Kibra, the Gospels, that's a Bible, well, that's a script that tells you the history of Queen Sheba.
Right.
And how she had a son with, you knew that?
I remember that.
With King Solomon. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he kind of put it away type, you know. And if you read it, it's bugged out.
Right.
But I have to say this. This is how a lot of people were tracing their themselves back from that to the nation of Israel, the Ethiopians. That literature there.
Yep.
You know, well, that's an aspect of it. You know, so that wasn't the only thing. But that's, if you read it, it's bugged out and it's add on to the scriptures. But that's okay.
Yep. That's what the whole Selassie thing. They went back to that.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
When that dude is a dang Elamite.
Yep. But like I said, that's okay though. That's cool. But as long as you niggas ain't ruling.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I read a little bit of that account?
Yeah.
First Kings. This is the book of First Kings 10, and I'll start at I'll start at the top, just read a little bit. It says, and when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions. And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train with camels that bear spices and very much gold and precious stones.
And those, and those hard questions were riddles, by the way, as well. You know, I mean, she was probably asking about the depths of whatever. But one thing, especially back in the ancient world, a lot of them used riddles. You can even find that in Judges where Samson, you know, gave them a riddle that they could find out, and they could find out that riddle. Then he, you know, you can read about it. But there were riddles that she was giving him. He was solving those riddles. You know what I'm saying? Because again, in the ancient world, they gave riddles. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, you can even look that up in secular history. You know, they were very fond of giving riddles. You know, so when it says those hard questions, a lot of those are riddles, which makes sense why even Yahushua, you know, went into parables when he was on the scene, and the scriptures even broken down as a riddle, pertaining to Ezekiel 17. But those hard questions are pertaining to riddles that she gave King Solomon, and he was answering all of them.
Hey, that made me think, bro. What's that game that you put me on? Like
Assassin's Creed. I was thinking about that too.
In there, yeah.
I was thinking about that as well. I didn't explain it because, you know, but yeah, that's exactly what came to mind too. Because it's ancient culture. They was big on that. They didn't have video games and stuff to keep their minds going. They didn't have crossword puzzles. Right. You know, they was giving riddles to each other. You know.
Interesting. I'll jump back. 1 Kings 10 in the middle of verse 2, it says, And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him to all that was in her heart. And Solomon told her all her questions. There was not anything hid from the king, which he told her not. And when the queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom, and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his ascent, by which he went up unto the house of the Lord, there was no more spirit in her. And she said to the king, it was a true, this is the point that I wanted to get to. And she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in mine own land of thine acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit I believed not the words until I came, and my eyes had seen it. And behold, the half was not told to me. Thy wisdom and prosperity exceeded the fame which I heard. So even that which she had heard of the fame and of the praise and of the glory of the nation of Israel, and even King Solomon specifically, it was like what she heard was not even like to be met in comparison to what she actually saw. Just like even with us right here, we're going into Isaiah the 60th chapter. We're talking about these things, and yeah, it's beautiful to ponder upon. But we can't, like the scripture says, eye had not seen
That's
nor
it.
ear heard. You
That's
go
it.
grab it, bro?
I
You gonna grab it?
was going to bring up a precept to
okay,
that, but
now
I
you
can't.
got it,
I know it's in Isaiah and in the New Testament, but I might have wrote it down with this precept that I'm going to bring out. But if I may, I'm going to bring this.
Absolutely.
It's a direct precept to it, because I brought this out yesterday in a show that I did, which, you know, wasn't even able to post it to YouTube. But this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, and I'm going to start at verse 9. And it says, "For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away with."
Yeah, that's right.
So we have we have the knowledge, we have to understand, we know what's to come via the Rakakwadash giving us this understanding, this vision. But to see it actually play out in its time is going to be just a whole nother level. We can't even, these bodies, it's a reason why we can't see the Heavenly Father face to face, because we would just give up the ghost and perish, because that's a whole nother glory that we're just not prepared for. The capacity of our brain to be able to tap into things that are to come is just too far out for us right now. We know what's to come, like the brother, the Kahan just read. We know in part and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is to come, then that which is in part is going to be done. We gonna get the fullness.
That's right. And that starts with Yahushua, right? That which is perfect is come, right? But we're using the Queen of Sheba's interaction with King Solomon as an example of that. Who was King Solomon in the reincarnation? Yahushua. You know, so hey, when that which was perfect was back then, when Queen of Sheba was like, dang, I heard of your glory, I heard of this, but yo, when I came in here and seen it, it was different. Same concept when Yahushua comes on the scene, man. And we're gonna able to see and experience everything the scripture said, but we're gonna experience it. I mentioned the same thing in a lesson last night, bro. It's a spirit. That's why I'm so hyped up about this. It's a spirit, man.
That's right. Hey, I've been doing research on dromedaries. It says when I looked it up, it was actually going to camel.
Oh, I thought they were flowers. Okay.
Yeah, it says see, it's dromedaries. Bakar, young camel dromedary. So I said, man, hold on, let me Google it.
Okay.
Let me Google it. Yeah, yep, dromedary, an Arabian one-hump camel.
Wow. Okay.
Especially of a light and swift breed trained for riding of horse or racing.
So like for that, and you know.
No, it's all good.
I thought I heard somebody say it was a flower.
So that
before.
means that there's going to be such an abundance of cattle, we're going to have to use cattle to bring in other cattle. And cattle is a form of substance.
Right.
Like, say for instance, if you wanted to grow your own cattle and sell it, well, at different stages of the age of that cattle, you will sell it to different companies. So you have some companies that take them as young, like young calves. Some that take them, that sell them. I should say sell them. Some ranchers sell them, sell the cattle at a certain price at a certain age, and so on and so forth. Okay, and so on and so forth. And that's how they're able to make a living.
That's heavy.
We're gonna have so many in that land that it's just gonna like, dude, we could use these and just sell these to all the. This is what y'all gonna be using.
That makes sense.
No more cars for you guys.
Yeah, right.
You guys gonna just live off the land, man. Right?
Yeah.
That's the best way. That's the best way. You guys just live off the land, live together with you know. That's my hypothesis.
And mention those dromedaries by a weight, it said an ephah afterward, and the ephah was the device that was used to measure something by weight. You know what I'm saying? So you made mention going into, you know, the different cattle and such, you know, they can be measured in abundance pretty much is what it's saying. And they're gonna be transported.
Yep.
That's what it says. It says, they shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord. So yeah, the dromedaries, or the camels, the cattle, they're gonna be used just like during the time when Queen Sheba came. She brought camels bearing those
gifts.
Utilities. Yeah, those gifts. God.
Let me read this NLT for you guys. Isaiah 60:6. Vast caravans of camels will converge on you. So they're gonna be coming from all these other places.
Yep.
Hey, the animals gonna be willing to serve us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, look, we heard you got need a lift. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The camels of Midian.
Okay.
The camels of Midian and Ephah. The people of Sheba will bring gold and frankincense and will come worshiping Yahweh. The flocks of Kedar will be given to you,
Man.
and the rams of Nebaioth will be brought for my altars. I will accept their offerings, and I will make my temple glorious.
Mm-hmm.
So all the flock is going to come to us.
That's right. That's right.
All the camels, everything that we need to build will be presented unto us willingly because of the testimony of Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
Not because of anything that we did physically. But it's about having faith in Yahweh Shah.
Got another one.
And that's a threat. Having faith is a threat.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So they will intensify their persecution.
That's right. That's right. Hey, faith in the Lord casted down kingdoms.
Yep. Hey, but we'll be fine in that day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be standing tall.
That's
We'll
right.
We've been standing on the right side. Hey, accept blessings too, brothers. Don't always have your hand. Don't always be in the mode of, in attack mode, man. Or in the mode of being down and out. You see what I'm saying? Because blessings come too. Most High is fair. Most High gives you blessings, man. Okay? Go ahead, man.
This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 14. Now, I'm going to explain this too, because the beginning of this chapter, it does make mention King Cyrus. Because you have certain people, certain so-called scholars, that'll say the verse that I'm getting ready to read is applying to the fear and dread that they had toward King Cyrus. That's what certain people will say, because the Lord did raise up King Cyrus to get us out of the hands of the Babylonians. That way we could build the second temple. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, okay, this is talking about King Cyrus. That still doesn't change the fact that when there's somebody in a ruling class position, you have servants that are under them. So how much more would you apply this to the kingdom of heaven as well? That's why there is a duality to this scripture. Because they can say it's talking about King Cyrus, but why would it not be talking about Israel as well? If Cyrus received all this fear and long live the king, how much more Yahweh Shai and the elect in the kingdom of heaven? So I wanted to explain that before I read this. So this is Isaiah chapter 45, and I'm going to read verse 14. And it says, "Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia," which is what we just went into in Isaiah 60, and also 1 Kings 10. That was all an illustration of the merchandise of Ethiopia. Okay? So it says, "Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, they shall fall down unto thee." In other words, they shall bend the knee. For those of y'all that are into Game of Thrones and such, bend the knee.
And he mentioned their statue. Will let you know what we're gonna be using that statue to build some great things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the stature, the men of great height.
I know.
Okay.
We're gonna be using that statue to build great
Oh,
things.
Salakia. Misunderstood what you said. Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a lot of rocks breaking.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Busting blocks. Yeah, Salakia.
How about this? Let me put it later, too. We're gonna work their ass off, okay? I'm trying to say it as nice as possible.
Right.
What do you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we work the fucking ass off. You guys gonna be breaking shit.
Yep.
That's what and building things.
That's right, bro. Esau used men of stature with us. Buck broke. People make skits and shows about it.
Yeah.
The biggest buck.
They was in the field working.
That's right.
Shit, even still to this day, Esau got a lot of us slaving hard as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
In the sun all day and shit, like
Yeah.
Fast the hell out.
Straight up.
no AC, like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard, man.
Hey, facts. Shalak, brothers. Let's keep going. It says, they shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. And they shall make supplication or prayer unto thee, or begging, saying, surely God is in thee. And there is none else. There is no God.
See, there it goes again. They're going to be willing to come and serve us. Whatever you guys are on, I'm going to build it for you.
Right.
That's how glorious we're going to look at that.
Absolutely.
When we come down, bro, if we put that shine, that oil, like, man, I just want to touch your... Oh my
Yeah.
God, I cannot believe it.
Yeah,
Them
yeah,
say,
yeah.
What he said, Sabian?
Yeah, the Sabians.
Arabic or Africans?
I believe they're Hamites. I've
Them
heard that
Hamites, right?
before.
Yeah,
I
I thought that's the Hamites.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I believe
yeah.
that's it. Yeah, because it may mention the Ethiopians and the Egyptians and the Sabians. Got to be Hamites.
Yep. I want to be like you.
Yeah, bro.
Teach me.
Usually men of stature don't bow down easily, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they got that size, but it's going into men of stature bowing down in chains, showing you the glory that the Israelites are going to have in that day under Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
It's gonna be an undeniable force,
Yeah,
an undeniable power, man.
that's right.
I can't wait.
Can't we
Me
just,
too.
I can't wait.
Yeah, bro.
I'm tired of this shit.
Brother.
Everybody tired though.
Yeah. That's right. And we're
Tired
going to...
though. Everybody tired. You know. But you know what? That rest.
If I could say, but the Lord, like, you're right, like a lot of brothers talk about how tired they are, but the Lord gonna have us on a runner's high pretty soon, where it's like, you know that feeling when you're running, and you like, feel tired and shit, but then you get that wind, you get that second wind, and it's like, yo, my legs can't even stop. I can't even stop running right now, like, I'm over here smiling while I'm running, like, the Lord gonna give us that, man.
Hey, those prophecies help that runner's high. We see those prophecies come to pass. That boosts our faith. Apostle Hart said that.
God.
That's why he said for us to be into these prophecies, because that boosts your faith in the midst of the hell that you catch.
That's right. That's what's up. Discipline comes in and things of that nature. You know, you go to trials, go through certain trials and tribulations. You know, when you're going through it, sometimes it's cool.
Yep.
It's good. A lot of times it's to, you know, praise the Lord within that storm, man, because He's building you up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know what I'm saying? And conquer certain things in your life. Attain certain things in your life, bro, that you was trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? That's glimpses of the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're part of, be good at it. Get those glimpses of the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
You got the negative part, but you know, you got like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you got, I ain't gonna say nobody. I'm not trying to say nobody how to raise their kids. You got children, but raise them according to the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And you'll see the difference in them.
That's right.
You know, and you see that glimpse of the kingdom, man. It makes you feel good, bro. Being brotherly, man, that makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, that's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Get those glimpses of the kingdom, man. You know? Get those glimpses of the kingdom for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It's actually back in 1 Corinthians 13, if I may.
Yeah.
This is back in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And I'm going to read verse 10 again, what we read a little bit ago. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. And then it says...
That which is in part shall be done away. Meaning we're going to have full understanding of life.
Absolutely.
We don't really understand. It's like this knowledge is like a foretaste of the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
A foretaste is something that gives us, you know, understanding or example of something that's to be or that's to come.
Right.
But more so for the kingdom of heaven, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
when the Most High returns, well, Most High sends His Son, right? He's gonna set up what that government on the face of the earth, the true Israelite government on the face of the earth, right? And then His elect are gonna live, man.
They know who we are. See, brothers.
I'm this country.
Yeah.
Now here we in the country, so this wave. Sometimes you hear a wave at people. Shit.
This is back in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Now you notice the pattern. He's talking about knowing in part, prophesying part. Then that which is perfect, that's what's in part is going to be done away with. So now he's using the illusion of a child. When you're a child, there's only particular things that you know, which is more than enough for you at that time because it takes a process of dispensation, of time, to get to that full understanding. So he's liking us in these days, knowing in part as being children. Okay? So when you continue, it says, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. So when that which is made perfect is come, that which is in part is going to be done away with. Okay? So it says in verse 12, for we see through a glass darkly. And that's the vision that we've got. Now, it doesn't mean we can't see it at all, but we've been given a vision right now. We see it, but it's not the most eloquently painted because it's an idea that's given unto us via the Bible. But we believe it to be real. That's also why faith is such a key component to this thing of ours, man, because we add visual on something that we haven't seen yet. And again, that's the part, you know, that's the part that we know. So when you continue, it says, for we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. All right, so it's going to come to the point, instead of it being smudged out, you're looking in the mirror and you can see it clearly and you're good with that. But when you spray that Windex on it and wipe down and really feel it, really see it, you're like, oh, snap, okay, dang. I didn't even know I had that little piece of a beard right there. I got a soul patch right there. Oh, snap. You know, you get to see the vision clear, you know? So it says, for now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as I am known. And it's going to come to that point when that glory comes, we're going to be known who we are under Yahweh Shai. You know, we know in part right now, and we got that vision for right now, which is more than enough for us right now. But when Yahweh Shai comes with that glory and those angels, we're going to know fully what we are under Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's it on that precept.
Yeah, there's some more on there.
Yeah, that whole chapter's some banging.
Yep. Go ahead, God.
Back in the book of Isaiah 60 and verse 7, it says, all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the owls shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them.
You see that? So our children are going to be brought from far, right? Some brothers use that as, you know what I'm saying, showing that those that were once cast away, they're going to be returned to the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? By Yahweh Shai the teacher. You know what I'm saying? Or some use it as, you know, our children are going to be so broad, they're going to be coming back to the land in boats. Mm-hmm. To the providence in boats.
That's right.
Because think about what it says in Job, what's at the 21st chapter. His complaints about the wicked, how their kids go gallivanting around the earth and they're not in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
right.
We're going to be doing that. Yes, I'm going to be sending my children to other regions to live.
Trunks and goats ain't gonna fly. Hell,
See, we call that white people shit. We've been so damn beat the hell down.
right.
Jake's scared to take off his damn shoes on the damn beach.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gangster enough.
Right.
Stupid shit, bro. We've been very systematically dumbed down,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, the heathen live more free. Yeah.
They're way more free.
Yeah.
They don't feel so, have to feel so expressive about their masculinity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was black culture, man.
Black culture really illustrates, like, in a lot of ways, toxic masculinity.
That's right.
You go to certain hoods, you can't even, you supposed to mug somebody and tell the other one, look off. What type of shit is that? Like I said, I'm in the country. I'm just, if you're looking at me or looking at you, I'm just gonna say hi, bro.
Yep, straight up.
Instead of, just mug this nigga down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's gay.
Man, when I was in Chicago years ago, 2007.
Weak. It's very weak.
Yeah, bro.
It's weak nature.
Yeah, man. I was in Chicago, and one of my cousins, you know, they from that culture and stuff like that. So I'm up there, and I'm from the suburbs, bro. You know, and Jake just mean mugging the hell out of me, Chicago nigga. And I'm over here like, man, whatever. And my cousin was like, man, don't let him, man, look at you like that. Look at him back like that. I'm with my mom and my brother. Like, what the fuck, bro? But just that came to mind when you said that.
That shit's stupid.
It's retarded.
But let that same person be a white man.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You would have pulled up your fucking pants.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You would have tried to smile, mooly.
Yeah, you wouldn't have mugged him back.
You fucking mooly, man. That's mooly culture and behavior. That's what we've been bred in.
Right.
What's that, Savon?
A mooly is an eggplant, but it's an offensive word that Italian use against black.
Mm-hmm.
Call them a nigga.
Yep.
You're an eggplant.
Learn something every day.
Oh, okay. I've heard Italian say it, but I heard Jake say it too. I didn't know that's where it came from.
I think I've heard it before too.
I've heard it in the movies.
and shit.
Yeah, you fucking mooly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you hoe ass nigga.
That's where I got it from.
Mhm.
It's just funny.
See, I heard Gucci Mane say it.
That's how they look at us. Like you guys are a bunch of animals.
Right.
Hey, you see the fight? The Mayweather fight. Recently. John Gotti and his sister. He said you guys are a bunch of animals. That's basically what a mooly is. You're an animal. You know? That's what we're talking. Savages.
Right.
Goons. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a damn shame. You know? So we look at people look at culture. Growing up like that, people in that environment look at culture as negative.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As having culture is negative.
I'm probably gonna roll out something.
Yeah, we're closing up. That's gonna be the opposite of what we see in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
It's a little bit because our children are gonna be cultivated.
Yeah.
We're gonna send them to different regions. They're gonna be able to abide in this brother. My kids be able to abide in his region. You know, they might miss around and be over there for 300 years and develop their own accent about the Hebrew, their own customs because they're on that coast. So sending my kids over there, hey, stay in your uncle Sha'ar land and just have a good time. Just soak up the culture instead of nigga, go down the street, and give me a pack of a 40.
Yeah. Virginia Slim Menthol Lights.
Mm-hmm. You're a real nigga, ain't you?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, right.
Drink this.
Kill the corner, little nigga.
Don't ever let a nigga mug at you. That's when he got told that shit. Don't ever let a nigga look at you like that, nigga.
Oh man, yeah, that Unc give me them stories when he drinking that 40.
Black culture.
Yep, that's it. That OE.
Yes.
Killing the corner of the Mickeys.
Mm-hmm. Do some push-ups, nigga.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be no uncle. It ain't gonna be no Uncle Jerome's in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Right.
You know,
The kingdom of heaven, you got a mansion and your uncle come out. Hey, I need to talk to you. You got about $500.
Yeah, nah, it ain't gonna. Nah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, forget that.
No, my kids are.
Making a turn though.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, that was on purpose.
Yeah, it's college kids. Yeah, life on their edge and shit.
Yeah, ain't see no cars coming. It's a train going that way, so ain't no incoming traffic. Yep, same here. My daughter ass would do that shit. I ain't a college kid no more.
Yep.
Shit.
God, it's back in the book of Isaiah 60 and verse 9 again. It says, "Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee."
Mm-hmm. So our kids gonna be coming back with gold, silver, substance. The other nations is gonna want to bless us so much, this so they can receive a blessing off of us. know what I'm saying? If you ever worked with a heathen, heathens like to use your energy in order to promote themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So they'll get cool with Tyrone, and they'll come and tell you the story about how, you know, in high school I used to hang out with everybody. You know, I can mix it up with the best. You know what I mean, right? I can be like, I just understand black people. Hit you with that type shit.
I'm not racist. I got black friends.
I got black friends. So they come and steal your energy. Think about when we get blessed from Yahweh Shemel Shah. What's up?
What's the individual's name that said, was it Kissinger? Give me control of a nation's money and I care not who makes the laws.
I've heard that before. I don't know who it was that said
I
it.
forget who the individual was. One of these higher elite guys. But it's, you know, pretty much what Isaiah 60 is going into, and what the brothers are going into is essentially that we're gonna have the resources of the land, man. Whoever, like the saying goes, to the victor goes to spoils.
Yeah, right,
well,
right.
When we receive victory under Yahweh Shai, when he finally comes and establishes what's rightfully his, that transfer of resources is going to take place to where he who has the resources has control.
That's right. That's right. Hey, it's written in Haggai. It says, "Silver is mine and gold is mine," saith the Lord. Right. Well, we obviously know the Heavenly Father ain't using these tangible resources and such.
Right.
So who's going to be the ones that are going to possess the gold and silver that's his? His sons, the sons of God. You know, so that ultimately is going into complete dominance over the earth, the riches, the fruit of it. You know, gold is mine and silver is mine, saith the Lord. That's the Lord's currency. Well, he's going to give that to us. You know, we're going to be able to control those resources through the Spirit and distribute it however we feel through the Spirit.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
That's what Esau does in this society. Nigga prints out of FDR. FDN. No, I said FDR. Federal FRN, Federal Reserve note.
Right, right.
You know, we'll say, here, nigga, take this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, we gonna use actual resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We had that fiat currency going on in our
Yeah,
kingdom.
paper currency. Fuck.
That's
Yep.
Yeah, man.
So we a perfect system. The perfect fusion of technology and being environmental friendly.
Right.
So ain't no telling what the kingdom is gonna look like. Let's try to have a negotiated contract with these trees to have a navigational system through this thing, man. We'll use the ain't no telling, bro.
Hey, man, shoot. Anything possible in that day.
That's right.
I'm telling you, man. Like, go ahead, brother.
It's back in the book of Isaiah 60 and 10. It says, "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee."
So the sons and the strangers the sons and daughters of strangers, is going to build continually our nation, right? For our favoritism. Okay, minister unto us. What it means to minister means is really synonymous to worship.
That's right. Right.
Right? They're gonna take under our be under our ordinance, be under our will. You know, wanting and desiring to understanding this word.
Bend that knee.
Yeah, because after that 1,000-year period of punishment, you know, recompense to the heathen nations for all that they've done to the nation of Israel, they're gonna be tributaries, man. You know, they're gonna be in a better place. Like it says in Proverbs 29 and 2, it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice." So the heathen are gonna look at us and say, okay, when they're in alignment with the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we will be in alignment. When we are in alignment, essentially, they're gonna look at us and say, okay, this is the right way to go.
That's right.
So they're gonna be like, okay, if I do good, I get a reward, right? That's gonna be the mindset in that day for the
Absolutely.
heathen.
Absolutely.
Just like we knew to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, that was for the betterment of our nation.
Right.
That was for the thriving for the thriving of our nation. You see, when we didn't, we were punished.
That's right.
That's right. Hey, that's it. We've been going for about 2 hours now.
Close to it.
Yeah, man, there's so much more to say. That's good though. We can wrap it up there. I'm sure these brothers are galvanized to do a sit down. I am. Once our willingness to edify for you guys, we have to give our praises to.
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash.
Double honor to the apostle, elders everywhere. And peace and salutation, you out there. I'm told the truth. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.